Hello everyone, this is Diwakar Gupta recording for you. So today we are going to discuss about subject and predicate. It is one of the most important topic in English grammar. mm, Sometimes we overlook it, but actually we shouldn't, because subject and predicate are the most important part. Because if we are not able to detect correct subject, then it would be very difficult for us to write the sentence correctly, write any sentence correctly, because as we know that the selection of verbs is totally depend on the subject. So let's begin. uh, these things I'm going to cover over here. Here we have what is the subject of a sentence. Then we will discuss about predicate. Then we have some practice work. After that we will finish a work for you. So let's begin. What is the subject of a sentence? So in the subject of sentence, we name the person or thing that we are going to talk about. So suppose there is a sentence given. In that sentence, if we are asked to find out or detect the subject, so what we will do, we will see first about whom we are talking about in the sentence. So in this way we can easily find out the subject. One more way in which we can find the subject of the sentence, sometimes we have to see the verbs. Suppose if the verb is an action verb, so if the verb is an action verb, so we will try to find who is the doer of the action, who is the doer of the particular action. So we will consider that word or a group of word as our subject. Suppose in this sentence, if I tell a sentence, suppose let's take a slide, and I want to explain you in detail. Suppose there is a sentence. Suppose Virat. There is a sentence. Virat hit the ball. Hit the ball. Now in this sentence, see, we have the verb. It's what type of verb? It's an action verb. So we will ask who hit. So who is the doer of the action over here? So easily we can get the answer, that is Virat. So in this sentence, Virat is our subject, as we are talking about him, or we can say he performs the action in the sentence. Let's take one more example. Let's take some easy example. Suppose Rahul is writing. Rahul is writing a letter. Now in this sentence, see that if you ask who is doing the action, writing, so we can easily say that Rahul. That means the doer of the action. Who is the doer of the action here? Doer of the action is Rahul. So we can say that Rahul is our subject of the sentence. Okay, so what we will see, students, first we will see if the verb is an action verb, then we will try to find out the doer of the action. And if it is an non-action word, suppose this sentence, if this sentence would have been like this: Rahul is suppose Rahul is a good boy. So here see, the verb is now the verb is a to be verb, which is used here as a main verb. So here this is performing the functions as the non-action. So in this, here what we will do, how will we find the subject? So we will see about whom we are talking in this sentence. Okay, so as we are talking about Rahul, so this Rahul is the subject in this sentence. Understood? Okay, and one more thing, always remember that while we are while you are looking for the subject, you have to always careful, because it is the subject according to which we use always verb. If the subject is singular, so we will use the singular verb. If the subject is plural, we will always consider a plural verb. That we will discuss in our later videos or in our later classes. So here we have I hope that this things is got clear to you, that what is the subject and how to find out a subject. Now see, let's see an example. Yash is a good boy. So who is a good boy? Yash. About Yash we are talking about here. Suppose if there is a verb which is showing an action. Yash kicked the ball. So who kicked the ball? Who is performing the action? So here the action is performed by Yash. So Yash is the subject of the sentence. In the next, let's move on to the predicate part. So what is the predicate? In the predicate section, we say something about the person or thing mentioned as subject. That means about the subject, the part which talks about the subject, that whole part is called predicate. Suppose in this sentence, what happens? See, Yash is a good boy. So Yash is the subject, and the rest of the part about Yash, about the subject, is giving us information, is a good boy. So this is our predicate. I hope that is clear to you. Now let's move on to some example. Here I have given some sentences. It is actually taken from a very popular book. So they have asked, divide each of the following sentence into subject and predicate. So I will request you to pause the video, and after that write the sentences and do it by yourself, then see my answers. So in the first sentence, what is this? Simon met a policeman. So here see, met is an action verb. So we can easily ask a question, who met a policeman? Who met a policeman? So here the answer is Simon. So we can easily say that who met a policeman, Simon, is our subject of the sentence. The rest of the part where we are getting an information about the subject is our predicate. So from the met to the policeman is our predicate. Understood? Next, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Who sat on a wall? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Who is the doer of the action over here? The doer of the action, that means the action is sat. So who is the doer of the action? The doer of the action is Humpty and Dumpty. So we can easily say that Humpty Dumpty is the subject in the sentence. Next, little Bo Peep lost her sheep. So again, see, the verb is an action verb. If the verb is an action verb, then we would have no problem at all to find out the subject, because if we ask the verb with the question that who is the doer of the action, then we can easily get the subject. So here see, here who lost her sheep? So little Bo Peep lost her sheep. So here little Bo Peep is the subject of the sentence, and the rest of the part where we are giving an information about the subject is our predicate in the sentence. Sir Ralph the robber tore his hair. So who tore his hair? Sir Ralph the robber. So here this one is the subject, and the rest of the part where we are giving an information about the subject is an predicate. Next,